Good morning and welcome to ICGC Hosanna Temple. On behalf of the head pastor and the entire church, we are so glad you could join us for today's service. If you are joining us online, kindly let us know in the comments section where you are joining us from. Today is a very special day. It is our Valentine's special service, a celebration of love, faith, family, and godly relationships. We truly believe that the Lord has prepared something beautiful for just you and I today. The Bible reminds us in 1 Corinthians chapter 13 that love is patient, love is kind, and love never fails. So it is for this very reason we are gathered here today to experience the perfect love of Jesus Christ. Today, and joining us would be Uncle Ebo Whyte, who is a professional playwright, a motivational speaker, and a relationship coach. He'll be joining us today to make the service a special one. So prepare your heart, get your notebooks, and remember, we are going to have a perfect and powerful encounter with Jesus Christ today. Let's get right into the service.
I begin, as I always do, to pay tribute and homage to God's servant, the man God used to revive Christianity and to breathe fresh life into Christianity in Ghana, Pastor Mensa Otabil. Today, it is very easy to say I am an ICGC member. 40 years ago, no, it wasn't. But his obedience, his courage, and the vision, and the obedience to that vision is what has given a spiritual home to all of us. When Pastor said that those who are over 50 may be older than this church, it just occurred to me, Pastor, none of us lives in homes that are older than us. Our own homes, we built ourselves. We are younger than the places we call homes. This is our spiritual home. And it doesn't matter that we are older than the spiritual home, because it is truly our spiritual home. And I would also, may God continue to preserve the life of Pastor Mensa Otabil and his family. And may he continue to speak to him and give him new directions and new dimensions to his purposes for Ghana. I also bring my respect and homage to the Papa of the house. Anytime I see Kofi, he's looking younger. I don't know what your secret is, but you're always looking younger. I bless the Lord's hand upon you. I celebrate the anointing upon you. And I pray that God will continue to protect you and preserve you and the family, and that your ministry will grow from strength to strength. In Jesus' name. And if you are here today, may God bless and prosper your way. Amen. May the coming days be extraordinary. Amen. And may God favor you in ways you never imagined possible. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. Now, please, you may take your seats. I have family in this house. I have one of my daughters who is a lawyer and who is a member of this house, and actually part of your cash team. Joyce Mensa. Joyce, where are you? I know she likes to hide somewhere. Ah, there she is. Okay. All right. Yes. I also came with my son, Emeka. Emeka, where are you? Oh, you too. You normally don't hide in corners. Why are you hiding in that corner? That's Emeka, and thank you very much. The message I bring this morning is not a comfortable message. Also, I have hesitated to do this because there are some messages that could easily be misunderstood, and yet when it is given to you, you also become guilty of disobedience if you don't deliver it. And so, ICGC Hosanna, I'm going to deliver the message as it is given to me. If you don't feel inside you, in your spirit, if your spirit does not agree with this, and you want to reject it, I'll be one of the happiest people for you to reject it. Until God himself ministers to you. I am very insistent on that. That take this message, and if the Spirit of God does not convict you concerning its relevance, concerning its use for you, I will be more than happy for you to say, you know what, ignore that old man. And old I am. I turned 72 this year, so I'm not a young man. Now, one of the saddest things in life is when we start something or something is established and later generations forget why it was established. And so they continue to keep it going. Even though times have changed, they still hold on to it as they received it, not realizing that there was a contest to it being given to them or it being done that way. I came upon a story of in the ancient times in Europe, one of the kings of Europe marries a princess from another kingdom. You know, Europe became nations much later. They were kingdoms. And one way to forge alliance with another kingdom is to marry from the family of the king. So this king marries from this kingdom so they could have an alliance. But when his bride arrived, he realized that the girl was homesick, had never left home, and yearned for home. And of course, there was no way to return her home. And so he asked his advisors, what should we do? And they said, oh, it's simple. Let's bring something of her country, of her kingdom here. So they decided, let's go to her kingdom and get a tree that is peculiar to that kingdom and then bring it here, plant it here, right under her window, so that whenever she wakes up in the morning and walks to the window, she will see her country represented in the tree. So that's what they did. Unfortunately, that also, the space just beyond her window was also a very busy place. So people would always trample upon it. Before the plant can take any roots, it's been trampled on and it's gone. So the king decided, you know what, from now on, let's plant a new one. But this time, let's make a guard stand by it. And so a guard was assigned to the plant. It grew, became a mighty tree. Of course, it served the purpose of pleasing the queen and letting her remember her country and not miss her country too much because the country was right there in the tree. The tree becomes a strong tree. Now, nobody could even uproot it. And now, the king is gone, the queen is gone, but from that moment until that kingdom collapsed, every morning, a guard went and stood by the tree. The original purpose, long served, but we're keeping it going. And that is what is happening, similar to what is happening in Ghana, especially among our generation. You know, our society is such that if you do not, our society has not been built for openness. Our society is such that if you are not an insider, you will not know what we are doing. That is the way we constructed our society. Now, people can read, people can make research, but that is not how our society was built. And so, if you are just a casual observer of our society, you'll get a lot of things wrong. You'll get a lot of things wrong. I'll give you one example. A lot of people are often very upset that whenever a man and his wife have an issue and the family sit down, they find a way of making the woman guilty and making her apologize to her husband. And many women have felt this is unfair, this is terrible, and things like that. Well, that is if you are ignorant of our society. I happen to be privileged when I was a boy because my father and my mother were the go-to people at South Central whenever there was trouble in any home. And so they will bring some of these issues there. And one occasion I happened to be there. So the boy has messed up. The wife reports him. They bring them to my father. He brings his people. The girl also brings her people. And they sit down to discuss this. And then, of course, the boy had messed up. He's messed up big time. But the woman had lost her temper and said some very juicy things to the man. Very powerful things to the man. And so the meeting then turned to her and said, "Did you say these things to your husband?" Yes, but he said, no, did you? He said, but he did that. Did you? Go on your knees and apologize to your husband. And she was so reluctant to do it. But her uncle looked at her and said, do it. And Penny said, yeah. So reluctantly, and I could see her pain because you see, she's the one who's been offended. Do you understand me? She's the one who has been hurt. And yet, here she was being asked to apologize. Reluctantly, she does it. Then when she finished, she was told, now go with the ladies, go with the women. So all the women in the meeting, go with them, go to the kitchen and go and help them prepare something for your husband and for us. Go. So they take her out. And she's crying. She's bitter in her spirit. Now, if that is all you see, then this system is flawed. But I saw the other side. As soon as the ladies left the room, the man turned to the man and said, "Who do you think you are? How dare you?" His uncle said, "Where did you pick this habit from? Have you seen any man in this family do what you have done? What kind of disgrace are you bringing to us? We led you to go and bring that woman from her people. Is this how you're going to treat it?" The washing was ruthless. Ruthless. The man was shaking. Then they said, "Listen, today when you go home, you are going to apologize to your wife. When you wake up tomorrow morning, the first thing you do, you apologize again. And then when you go to town, look for something to buy and bring home to pacify her and apologize again. And after that, come with her to me." That's the uncle, his uncle speaking. "Come with her to me and give me a report of what you've done to appease your wife." My brothers, do you see the system? Because that system believed that a man should never be embarrassed before his wife. A man should never be belittled before his wife. No matter how much away Jimmy, men money yiri who's where Jimmy. Because he dear 70 years on any year no coffee. Do you understand? He must be the authority in the house. And nothing must undermine that. So, the poor woman will get home so bitter and meet a changed husband. She will never know where that source is coming from. And she's going to be a transformed husband from that moment on because of accountability. But the times have changed. That kind of system, would it work today? No. Today, call a meeting, let a woman come and complain about how much her husband has offended her, and you try and apply this. One kasa, you would shut up. Now, and she can get up and walk out of that meeting. The times have changed. The point I'm making is that when the times change, people need to change. Unfortunately, one of the most difficult things is that the times change and we do not change. And so, there's always this confusion about it. So, we have said this, and I have noticed this, that in the average home, in the average marriage, the woman knows what she's doing, the man does not. Also, when a boy and a girl walk here for their wedding to exchange their vows, I can assure you, also, the woman in her gown knows exactly what she's doing. She's been prepared for that. Her mother, her aunties, her big sisters, her colleagues, every woman, older women in the church, they've all prepared her. Then they give input. The boy has no clue what he's doing. He thinks he knows what he's doing. He doesn't. Also, it will take, if he's fortunate and if God smiles on him, it will take him an average of 5 years to understand what he just did, what he did 5 years ago. That's when it will occur to him, because nobody prepares the boy for marriage. Nobody. How many married men are here? Let me see by hand. All right, thank you. You can put your hands down. I'm not a prophet, but I can tell you this. On the day you married, you thought you knew what you were doing. Nobody had made any input in your life, and yet you were here confidently thinking that you are the man, you're going to get married. Your father did not give you any input. When you went to tell your father, I am getting married, all your father said is, why are you ready? Kweku, what's your kawari? Why are you ready? I was ready. Hey, Sikau. What's this your home? That was all. As for your boys, it was even worse. You went to them and said, you and I are getting married. Yeah, you are the man, you are the man, you are the man. That is all the input we get. Meanwhile, so we go home, the woman knows what she's doing, she's sure of what she's doing, but cannot understand that the man she married has no clue what he has just done. One of the boys and mentors told me, when he heard me make this statement, he said, Uncle Bo, when I got married, we got married and went out of Accra for our honeymoon. We came back in the middle of the week. But he said, before I married, every Friday, me and the boys, we go to Silver Star what? He said, we go there to watch a film every Friday. So we return from the honeymoon, and then Friday comes, and I am there. with my boys. Having fun. Like always. Then he said at 9 p.m., the call comes. And then he looks at it. Hey, that's my wife calling. So, yeah, babe. The woman said, where are you? Where are you? He said, Uncle, that was the first time it occurred to me. I now have a wife. I should have told her. Uncancheno. Because it hadn't entered his inside that he was a husband. It would take 5 years. The task to prepare men for how different the times are is dire. It's dire. You know, let me take you on a very quick trip on the man through the years. When my grandfather said he was a man, what he meant was that he was a warrior. What he meant was that he was prepared and expected to put his life on the line for the society. He must rise up to it. That was my grandfather's time and his father's time. Because today we don't understand the kind of society our forefathers lived in. Anybody could walk in here and take over the church. Just by admonishing us and beating us. That was it. Now, because society expected him to be a warrior, society also gave him a little bit of leeway. He could do whatever he liked. Why? Because he is going to sacrifice his life for us. So let's not put a burden on him. Let's free him to enjoy his life because he will not live his full life. I hope you understand. In those days, if you lived to be 40, you were old. You would die before 40. You would die in war. So, in one of the histories that I read, the Asante Kingdom went to war with 40,000 men to the coast. When they returned, there were only 10,000 of them. 30,000 did not return, which means overnight, 30,000 wives have become widows. 30,000 boys. That in those days, in those days they were more fertile than us. So each of them will have more than one child. But even if you work with one child, 30,000 children have no father. Just like that. After a war. So because of that, society also was constructed in a certain way. The running of the home, the running of the farm were given to the women, not the men. We didn't expect the men to work. Not because we wanted them to be lazy. Don't forget, this guy is going to pay the ultimate price with his life for us. So we freed him. But he's going to go away. That battle that I told you, where the Ashantis went with 40,000 people, they were gone for 3 years. 3 years. Are you going to wait for 3 years for the man to come back to now raise the children? Are you waiting for 3 years for the man to come back to now go and do the farm? No. So society took over. The ladies understood that. So women have run our traditional societies even now. And the cleverness of women, of the older women, unfortunately, they haven't passed it on to the younger generation. So many of you don't have that wisdom that our grandmothers had. They knew. We are running the society because the man will go and die. He must go and die. No, he must. Hey, now when you go, yeah, it's serious. And yes, sir, you better come kwasumu. Also, do you understand? There's nothing worse than that. You better obinomon kwa, not doulos. This is a different kind of nkwa. And so, the obetumi ye fi sa nkwasum no no, say ye crocro, no. That was the basis. That was the basis. So, leave the boy. As long as the boy is healthy, great. The other thing society expected of him, he should be fertile. One touch. He sleeps with a woman, the woman should be pregnant. It was that. So society was constructed around women. And the cleverness of the older women, the mature women, was that they created a system whilst giving the men whom they have declared redundant. Do you understand me? They had declared that the men are redundant in the society, apart from putting their life down for us and giving us their seed so that we can become pregnant. They are redundant. Whilst creating a society that made the men redundant, they also convinced the men that, oh, money, you are the ones in charge. Oh. You are the ones in charge. And the men believed it. So let me give you a few examples. Whenever society, communities sat, whenever families sat, what was the role of the man? We look for a man. Oh, when a chairman, when a chairperson, after that one, nothing concerns you. Do you understand me? What to her? We give you all the reverence. But we know you don't matter to what we are doing. What we are doing, not to her. Near the amount of full respect. Oh, opening. Every now and then they come to you and say, what you know what saying? And only what is going on. So, oh, okay, your opinion here. You say, oh, okay, yeah, okay. Oh, then they come and say, oh, opinion say. And then he feels big. Naming ceremony. What's the role of the man? The women plan everything. Then again, they look for ebusia penyin. When you ebusia penyin, betnaha. And then if everything is done around you, every part, funeral, our funerals. What is the role of the man? Have you been to a funeral? They look for the man, put him there. When you ebusia penyin, then the women run the show. They run the show. It is not because they didn't respect the men. They understood society. They understood that we can't depend on the men, not because they were not responsible, not because they were not reliable, but because they would give their lives, and we can't lean on people who can go to war and not come back. And so, society was built in a way to make the man redundant. We gave the man freedom. That was then. The times have changed. It is the reason why when a girl and a boy goes to school, even today, and they come home, the girl is immediately drafted into the kitchen. The boy is allowed to go and play. It's from those days. I need you to understand that. I need you to understand it is the reason why the man could be permitted to have as many wives. After all, how long is he going to live? Let him increase the population of the village. Because every male child was a soldier. Do you understand? And that is why society celebrated the birth of a boy over the birth of a girl. That is what. It's not because we didn't think that the girls mattered. We knew. But we have to find a way of letting the men not know that we have made you redundant. And say, oh, would they nimpa and so would they? Oh, bema, oh, any of nimpa, ye de radiasi. And then the men say, yeah, nimpa no. And they are laughing. The women are looking at each other. Yeah, they don't know. We don't know. Unfortunately, the children of those mature women did not learn. And so, we now have women who, when you are irrelevant, have no qualms telling you to your face. No. Those mature women will never tell you that. they will find a way of waking something up in you and letting you know, you need a Sony war. Into weird. Sorry, we are Bema. No, these women, some of them are here, they will tell you off. The times have changed. Also, the sad thing is that women evolved with the time. Also, you know that there was a time when women were not permitted to own property. There was a time when women were not permitted to work out of the house. Today, a woman being a career woman is normal. There was a time when women were not permitted, would not even drive. It wouldn't even cross their mind to drive. Those were the days when it was true that say a tua nesi bemabo obato tua etrebe them. Okay, when Gaddafi visited Ghana at the time when JJ was president, who were his bodyguards? Kokashira and say a tua esi bemabo na hwe de odebeye wo. Do you understand? It has changed. The times have changed. The women were quick to revolve. Now, a tuna was say a sibema bono. Onwaka said to me to onibi. We haven't evolved. And now, what is happening also for, and what is even sadder, is that because men have not evolved, and because nobody has prepared men, now, the women are now telling the men what a man is and who a man should be. Go on the net. Read any article on how to be a man. It is written by a woman. And they get it wrong all the time. Oh, in our own homes. In our homes, one of the things that I find distressing, I call it the motherization of father. Mother is now telling father to be assistant mother without realizing, no, that is not your place. So, Akorano 83 months. Were these 6 months. Wakes up in the night and is crying. Mother, could you, sorry. Obanusu. Could you, sorry. Now could you, yes, you pen now. Remember your pen now. Ladies, you can't sleep. We can sleep. That's why you call it dada. Also, for women can't sleep. All the women here. This is a woman sleeping. Wada. Hey, gas in medium, gas and answer medium gas. I'm saying medium. Anna, medium. Also for wada, also wada. Medium no. Na adwo akra ena ohia me asore we nchia me na ada ede na ye no man den wadaw no afamu nti oye sa discussion na ni debate no with herself no asen afamu ada then nani asen atebiem obi na mpro na chi obi na koyo sorry akronfo abaha then also, we are Behema. You catch yourself a confab by fear, and then I'll be here. One question pass you. Who's sorry? Could you now wait? Could you wait? Sounds here now. Who's here a confab? And they make a confront them. Now, can some proud about it? They don't sleep. And those of you who are married here, when you wake up in the morning, and your wife is angry already, understand, she hasn't slept. Her mind has been too busy. And yet, don't take it personally. But we, gentlemen, when our head touches the pillow, we sleep. And we sleep at a stretch like that till we wake up. And if you do not know this, if you're a married man, let me tell you this. That is one thing your wife envies you and is irritated with you for. She looks at you. Yeah, so they will be in. Women are now teaching men how to be men in their thinking of what a man is. And so, yes, say. And the man is not equipped. Look, when a child is, let's say, even 3, 4, and that child gets restless and is crying, what can I do as a man? Hold the baby, try. Maybe sing to the baby, try to amuse the baby. Now, in Quran, so almost the 3 and 4 now, so katana new. And all team. And the all that child wants is to feel something in his mouth. Once so when now they share no. And yet ladies are struggling over that and stressing themselves up and stressing the children up and stressing their husbands up. And most homes, beautiful marriages until the children come. And no master, there's no marriage anymore. No real marriage. Because we haven't understood this. What we haven't understood, ladies and gentlemen, is that the roles have different seasons. You as a mother, your season began from pregnancy. You bonded with that child. At that time, I could only be a cheerleader. We think we understand pregnancy. There's no man here who understands what it means to be pregnant. We see the changes, but it doesn't make sense to us. Then labor there. Now they want the men in the delivery room. What is our role? Push. And push and burn or push. Push. Do you understand? Anyway, then the child comes. Nature itself has made me, as the father, irrelevant to that child for at least a year. For a year, the child I may as well not exist for the child. I have nothing for this child. And at that point, because of the pressure mother puts on the man loses interest in his own children and in being a father and in being a husband, because he's been assaulted, he has been insulted, he has been challenged. Now he's fed up. So, if you know, nakuma efim. No, that is wrong. What we should understand is that there is a time and a season for a father. When the children are young, my role hasn't started yet. When they are 1, my role hasn't started yet. But the role will come. Unfortunately, by the time my role comes, a lot of fathers would have checked out already. So they refuse to play any role in the life of the man. What fathers don't realize, and I don't know how many mothers here can back me up on this. Did you realize that when the children were younger, whenever daddy traveled, the children fell ill at night? Have you noticed this? Whenever the man of the house traveled, and Kwarana Yare Anajo, they wake up with temperature. Sometimes they wake up screaming in their sleep. And you get worried. As a mother, you get worried because their temperature is high. You drag them to the hospital. The doctor examines them and says, there's nothing wrong with them. I said, no, but doctor, they were screaming at night. Their temperature was very high. Okay, with the memo paracetamol. So doctors have a lot of placebos. They look at your anxiety, normal trauma, they know it doesn't work because there's something, they can't determine what is wrong with the child. The day daddy comes, all the children are well. Then you, mother, you get confused. Could you make a choice? And yeah, daddy has come. Soon abafie. The small demons that came and frightened the children cannot come into the house because daddy is home. But that's the beginning. And a lot of fathers do not realize that spiritual power that they have over in their homes. But it doesn't end there. The presence of father, Muntio, just the presence of father, that's magic for children. Even more so as they grow older. Mother may be chatty and chat with them. But the little time father spends with the children stays with them for life. I am 72 years old. Also, I still remember the day, one time, my father was an alcoholic, so he couldn't play that role well. One evening, he was sober. I was 11 years old, and he decided to help me with my homework. I still remember his handwriting. Subtract 11 from 72. That's 61 years later. I still remember that moment with my daddy. Fathers, now, ladies, you can negotiate all you like. There are certain things that are non-negotiable. The spiritual power, the comfort of a father's presence, the security of a father's presence cannot be duplicated, cannot be replaced, cannot be negotiated. When your father comes home and is with you, visits you, are you not a different person, even as an adult? Many of you, your days, the days when you felt very happy, are days connected with your father. Last week, I was with a boy, a young man, bitter young man, generally bitter. You know, one of those bitter people who are bitter about life, and they are politics, and everything bothers them. When you see some of these people sitting on radio and television, doing political discussions with so much venom and no respect for anybody, and you're politics. And this guy is like that. He has no respect for anybody in the opposite party. And we are chatting. And that's what I discovered. And the reason why we were chatting about his father was that the father had taken ill and had sent a message to him that he should come and help him. And this man, he knew when he was 16. The father did not play any role in his life till he was 16 when he saw him. It was not even for him to play a role. He didn't play any role. It was just people said, that was all. Because for some reason, the man got angry with his mother and decided, he wouldn't go to hell. And then the mother also decided that, whoa, you have caused me, my husband, to also go to hell. And he grew up alone. The man went on to marry and had 5 other children with his wife. So he had a home, but this boy was never part of it. They've all grown now. And yet, the man calls him when he's in need. And then he said something I will not forget. He said, Uncle, he said, I'm angry with my father. Before he fell, but, you know, sometimes papa frame me no many aje. Okasa memra me buana na many aje. O se no many aje na mentiase. Mentiase say papa na wan hwe me no. First mentiase so be frame me. But Mentia said, "Offer me and Meniaji." And I told him, "It's called Father. He's your father. He represents something at the spiritual level for you." I'm speaking to the men here. Don't walk away from that wonderful role God gave you as father. Don't do that because society made you confused. Don't do that because women made you confused and tried to make you an assistant mother, deputy mother. You are not a deputy mother. You are father. You are father. It doesn't matter when we have a program in this church. It doesn't matter that all the deacons are there. When Papa arrives, we all feel he may be in his office. But the fact that Papa is around, there's a different feeling for all of us. Why? Papa ba. Ne ka ni si hono. Papa. Ye hu ono, but Papa. I learned a role, the role of a father was confirmed for me when one of my adopted sons, KY, died last year. KY was very dear to my heart. And when he died, I was shattered. But everybody around me was also shattered. The group members, that's the members of my group. We have about 200 people in my group, the theater group. The staff, because he was on staff, were shattered. But none of them could have been more shattered than I was, because that was my son. I hope you understand. I had a special bond with him. I had lost a son. Then the funeral was supposed to be in Kumasi. He was very active in the church, so I knew the church would take over the funeral with the family. So I decided, Roverman, we'll just go there and do whatever the family and the church assigns us to do. We are not going to take over this funeral. We will have to respect the family and the church. So I tell my staff at a meeting, so this is what I'm going to do. Some of them needed to go to Kumasi to help in any way, so the arrangement was that some of them were going to go as early as Thursday to Kumasi, and they would stay on and come back on Monday, so that they could just make themselves available. They were just going to make themselves service. They would serve. Then I told them, okay, yeah, that's fine. So I'll finance that. That's no problem. But I will come on Friday, pass through the house to greet. Because they said there is no wakekeeping. But in Ghana, when they say no wakekeeping, I know when you go home, there will be a vigil, you know. We think that when we changed the name from wakekeeping to vigil, it was different. It's the same thing. So I'll come, pass through the house on Friday. Then Saturday, go to church, go to the cemetery for the burial. And then I would board a plane and come back to Accra. And with that exception, all of them said, no, Uncle, you can't do that. I said, what can I do? They said, no, you have to stay with us for the weekend. I said, no, I'm not going to stay with the weekend in Kumasi. I said, KY, my son, is dead. There's nothing I can do. What I can do for him, I've already done. He said, it is not about KY, it's about us. We will need you in Kumasi. You will need me to do what? He said, it doesn't matter, Uncle. We just want to know you are on the ground. Papa, it didn't make sense to me. But the Lord had been teaching me a few things over the years. So I said, okay, so what do you want me to do? He said, stay with us the whole of Saturday. Sunday morning, join us to church. And then you can leave after the church. And that's what I did. When they came back, the report they gave of the courage they had, the strength they had, just knowing Daddy is on the ground in Kumasi with us. And I was, oh, really? I said, Uncle, you have no idea. The group came from Accra. So we had 3 buses moving people from here to Kumasi on the Saturday for the funeral. And all of them, as they got down, Uncle Abba, so Uncle Oba Anra. At the church, just seeing that, oh, that's Daddy, Uncle Netihono. He's with us. Just give them. Said, let all of them said, the courage we had, the strength we even had to do the roles assigned to us was because we knew you were there. And then, just before they returned, I went into each bus and spoke words of encouragement to them. Because I have learned the words of a father are awesome. The words of a father into the life of his children, awesome. So I went to each bus and spoke to them. And they said, Uncle, the drive back to Accra was celebratory because of you, because of the words you spoke to us. We felt Daddy had spoken to us. Daddy had spoken to us. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Are there fathers in this house? Today, see yourself differently. You are not assistant mother. You are not deputy mother. That's why God did not give you breasts for the children to suck. You don't even have the patience. No man can live with a child one whole day without killing the child. True. Ladies, when you leave the children with us and you travel, but I hope the children will talk to you, especially when they are younger. What we do is that we bribe them. All the things you say they shouldn't eat, we give them to eat. Because sometimes that is what they want to eat. But you know the health implications, and so you enforce it. No, you're not going to do this. In your absence, muye. Fathers know children love fried eggs. Fried eggs, plenty, as many as they want. And then the children, daddy. Yeah, my affection. Bribery is not just in politics. We bribe the children as well. Then, Daddy, can I have a toffee? Oh, by all means. Because mommy, if you went to mommy and said, Mommy, can I have some? Wait till you've eaten. But Daddy, can I have? Oh, yeah. Because they don't maybe you tea, mama. Tea and bread. My chico shiaka home. Na butter no mama mo chance. Mo spread it. And then over fie na nkora na ha nyina your oil. No mani age daddy. Mommy would enforce curfew. Hey, mon konkoda. Mo go school ochina. Daddy, can we watch television with you? Oh, come. Because we don't know what else to do but to bribe them. And your politicians crown a bribe delegate, so you start a The point I'm making here also is this. Men, a lot of you don't realize how important you are anymore because you are confused. You are confused because the roles that were assigned to men from your grandfather's time, great-grandfather's time, have changed. There's not going to be a memamro for you to get up and pick your sword, your spear, or anything. It's not going to happen anymore. Not for you. Not for your generation. It has changed. But your value has not changed. The spiritual authority upon you has not changed. What it means to be a man has not changed. We need to have a different conversation of what it means when I say I am a man. And so a lot of the men, when they say they are men, what they mean is that I have a penis that works and gets busy. And the women are looking at you and saying, wait, Jimmy. Is that all you can think about your penis? Yeah. Their car, no. What else? No, man. God created us to be human beings, not human doings. I am. It's enough. I'm a man. I don't need to prove to you I am a man. But what does it mean to be a man? And I would go over that, and then I would end it. I realize that I'm 8 minutes over my time. Just have patience with me. Bentamba ha intimu. Intimeba mama me leeway. Even the times when I was doing the introduction and acknowledging also for the guy mutimwadinyo. You must know when a pastor is just making introductory comments. I know in Kahon, especially if he's a Pentecostal, he's a charismatic man. Charismatic man, 40 minutes in Amodi Amameno. 25 minutes, I just clearing my throat. So this is what it means when I say I'm a man. I am saying that, or when you say you're a man, this is what you should mean. You have spiritual authority. You have the glory of God on you. God is your head. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I want you to realize that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is man, and the head of Christ is God. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 7. A man ought not to cover his head, since he is the image and glory of God, but woman is the glory of man. I have spiritual authority. 2, when I say I'm a man, I'm saying I am a trinity. I am a trinity. I am son. I am husband. I am lover. So I am son, I am husband, which means, and which must mean, that I am lover, I am a friend, I am a companion, I am whatever a woman needs. And the third one, I am father. Son, husband, father. And the value of a man, the power of a man, is that I should be able to live each of these roles well. I must be a great son for my parents. I must be a great husband for my wife. I must be a pillar of strength for my wife. Her confidence must come from me. Fortunately for men, women were created in such a way that they don't believe the witness of the mirror. They may take pictures. They don't believe in the witness of the pictures. They believe in the witness of you, their husband. It means more to her than anything else. Ajua etie efatao pow. Yeah, I love it when bejiska we mato. And gentlemen, every now and then you do that. They would a lot of what your wife wears and does, what on credit. They bought it on credit. And from time to time, do you understand? You are husband. That's one of your roles. I'll shape you in him saying, it doesn't matter. Don't ask too many questions. Tia. So I'm a trinity. I am a son. I'm somebody's son. I am husband. Play that role well. And I am father. It means when they are young, they may not even recognize me. My role hasn't come, but my role will come. I am their support. I'm their security. I'm their assurance. But I'm their guidance. And I'm also their priest. I'm also their priest. Number 3, when I say I'm a man, I'm saying that I am strong. Physically, emotionally, financially, and spiritually. Listen, if you're a man here and your wife is more spiritual than you, you are failing. You are failing. Your spiritual death should be such that when your wife is afraid, you are the first person he runs to. She runs to. Now, dear, sorry, near Mompire. We are Bompire. When I wake up, I'll do. Don't you realize it's your ministry to your wife to share that prayer with her. She leaves the home. My husband prayed with me. She's stronger than anything. She's stronger. Now we will roll over because in Paibono Kra we need here, Papa. Because of that, you know what is happening? Also, now, pastors who pray through the night are getting our wives. Pastors who pray through the night. And to say, oh, better at Ibema, you're fraud data, into better. Whether you are not baby television, not only or software be bombay online all night because or catch us a mompire bayan tokwa ewofie. I am strong, spiritually, physically. Remember, we've got to be, and I'm happy about the work, but it should not be once a year. Remember, stay in shape, oh, stay in shape. Stay in shape. When a woman's tummy gets bigger, we know there's a baby inside. Bema, we have from now, what's inside? But it also means I am emotionally strong. Emotionally strong. Not just I don't care, but I am strong. You can't provoke me that easily. You can't make me angry that easily. You can't make me that upset that easily because I am strong enough to control my emotion. You can't do that. I choose how to respond. I do not react. I'm saying financially, I did. I heard some children talking. I say, my father, he thinks he's wise. When he's broke, he wakes up and he frowns so that none of us can come to him and ask him for money. These were children. They were 10 years old. Daddy, they had figured you out. Your wife knew that a long time ago. Because you don't have money. Kachi, listen to me. You are worth more than that. Why should money not being in your pocket upset you? Because you don't understand what it means to be a man. Will you have a baby sound? Say, hey, era, and the emunyo would in your train, Bekukro, me ba, many the baby so. And to know that, say, Bibi or how they, just take care of this, me ba. And what bad, please take care of it. Because, gentlemen, when you receive she in your crown, or BP, or the Sikabiashe baby. Every woman has it. They have something, as a baby. But you see, because your reaction to her is not encouraging, she won't tell you, she won't help you out. Hey, Cratchit, why not you? Why not you? One man as some co school, or my breakfast, who's sick and maybe sano. And I don't know the BBA Hamis, no, Cratchit, shame on you. Just keep quiet. Era would sort to out. Let's sort to out. Let's sort to out. And do it. And do it more. So that the next time you go back to her IMF, she knows, I can obey it. Yes, sir. The origin last year, I went here and I never seen about me nibi, me fino, me nibi. Spiritually, gentlemen, don't take your spiritual life lightly because your family leans on you, your community leans on you for spiritual. Listen, a woman may pray, but when a man prays, it goes further. You may regard that as heresy. And mom, you can pray all night. Let me spend 15 minutes praying. Why? Because I am a representative of God himself. I bear his title, Father. So when a father calls to the Father, it's a direct line. But what's the also one empire? Number 4, when I say I'm a man, I mean I am an inspiration. I am a role model. I am a guide. I'm a teacher to my children and to the next generation. I should be the first role model of my children. Number 5, When I say I'm a man, I mean I am a leader. That means I'm self-controlled, I'm self-disciplined, I'm self-restrained, but I'm also a visionary. It means I surround myself with wiser people so I don't talk nonsense. I learn from the best. Number 6, it means I'm a protector of the vulnerable, which includes my wife, the children, women in general, and the society in general. I am a protector. It also means I am wise. I seek wisdom. I seek wisdom. The guy who has been handling the time has been very generous to me. He added a few minutes. I don't want him to add any more, so I'm not ending it here. No, because I must respect him. And I must respect the church. But I appreciate the fact that he was kind enough to add a few minutes to it. Media Manasa. Ladies, honor the men in your lives. Because if you don't, your life will never be complete. Webre. Oba omunukno obre. It's not a case. It's a statement of fact. Bukno. Bunno. Buno. He has limitations, yes, because society never prepared him. And pray for him. Pray for him that in his journey, he will come into contact with wiser men who would teach him how to be a man. Ask the Lord to send his way men who would pattern for him what a real man ought to be. Gentlemen, you are wonderful. Rise up. Let the men rise and be counted. Let the men rise to be counted because God is counting on you. Society is counting on you. Your family is counting on you. The church is counting on you. Let's be men. Our value is not in how much anger we can conjure. Do you know who you are talking to? Do you know who you are talking to? Jimmy Nakasewu, do you know who I am talking to? When you mean here, you don't ever ask that question. So whenever it comes out of your mouth, do you know who I am? Where Jimmy? Yes, I know who you are. Where Jimmy? Gentlemen, God has a great purpose for every one of you. I can see your future. Your future is brighter than mine. I can see it. And I speak into that future as a father. And I'm saying that if you're a man here, may God protect your health, your mental health, your physical health, your financial health. And if you're a husband here, may erection never fail you. Hey. They don't know the blessings I've just given them. Gentlemen, I don't care whether you sit by your wife, because why? So, gentlemen, may erection never fail you. May God give you wisdom and understanding, especially understanding of your wife. That because of you, your wife will be more committed to God because she can see Christ in you. Osofo, you're a good man. You have a good spirit. I am happy you are leading this church. May God envelop you in his power. May he renew his anointing upon you. May he watch over you, the family on your behalf. And may you never fail to satisfy your wife sexually. Also for Israel, with a man in Israel. Because it doesn't matter how much anointed he is. Say anointing in a bedroom. It's nonsense for the wife. Do you understand? Emparo, Osofo, Emparo. God bless every one of you. Have a fantastic week. May God order your steps aright. May he give you level grounds to walk on. May he set before you open doors. May he watch over your going and your coming, your sitting and your rising. God bless you. Thank you very much for having me.
What a powerful and refreshing time in God's presence. We thank God for the life of Uncle Ebo Whyte and his ministry and the wisdom shared with us today. If you were blessed, type in the chat, "My heart is renewed." If you loved today's message and would want to revisit it, you can do that on the ICGC Hosanna Temple podcast, which is available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Podcast Addict. We say thank you for worshiping with us, and we'll see you next time during our 42nd anniversary Thanksgiving service. Have a blessed week. Bye.